What's up, savages? Guess what? Oh, yeah. Some of you may be realizing what wall and what door you're actually looking at. This is where it all began, of Gandhi's thoughts about, I think it was a year ago in March. Last March, I started YouTube in 2013. It was right here. This is my old school room. We're going to take a tour real quick, and then we're going to get into the whole Karma thing. It's going to be fun. So, as we take a look, this right here is what we like to call $3,000 of wasted equipment. It was like a Bowflex. I was 16. I was like, Bowflex is really fucking cool. Like, I can do a lot with the Bowflex. Like, I get ripped. I'll be awesome. And then I found a gem, and then I turned this into a coat hanger. My dad still looked at me today when I got in on Wednesday with my girlfriend Reagan. He was like, "Are you gonna take this fucking Bowflex, man? Like, you wasted so much money." I was like, No, you're gonna have to rip that apart." Anyways, I'm gonna come over here. See this right here? This wall is actually from 2006 Orlando, which you can see right over there in that corner, which is actually my first huge event win that I was able to defeat the ogre. So MLG actually sent me that stuff. They were like, "Oh yeah, here you go," right? Like, this is yours because you kicked ass at that event. So it's pretty cool. I actually got to get that for my new apartment. And last but certainly not least, the last piece of the puzzle is this beautiful, beautiful thing. That is the old school Samsung Halo 2 monitor that we all knew and love. 20 inches of badass. Oh, God, come in here. The stomping grounds is awesome. So, anyways, let's get into the fun stuff. Shall we? So, a couple of days ago. Oh, God, when was that? I think it was Wednesday. Yeah, it had to have been Wednesday. Wednesday, Karma decided, we're picking up and saying fuck you to EG. So, Karma goes on this rant on Twitter, and he's like, "Oh, you know what? They wanted to drop me for having a kid because I was going to miss an event." Excuse me. They wanted to drop me because I was going to miss an event, but you know what? I care about my family more than them. And I was like, that's badass if that happened. I don't know if it was that black and white. I don't think Teep or Krim or even Eggs would operate that way, but that's what he said. And I was like, "Oh, well, if that's actually what happened, like, salute, I get it." But I don't think it was ever that black and white. I think Karma was actually just miserable, right? I think Damon just didn't like the way he felt on that team, and it is what it is. I understand it. I mean, sometimes you get that feeling, that hopeless feeling, and there's nothing you can do about it, and you want to be out of it. So what do I think is going to happen with Karma? I think there's a couple of things that can happen, right? There's so many things that... Karma has the world in front of him, right? He has the entire... I don't like this spot. Karma has the entire world in front of him. I think he could do damn near anything. I think Optic Gaming's definitely not out of the equation. I would assume that Clayster would be the one who gets bounced out, but at the same time, like, the one thing that gets tricky when dealing with Optic is that Optic, when you have Hex is a different owner than a lot of people. Hex is more like, he's really emotionally invested in his team, and that's why, he's like one of the best owners out there. He does such a good job at being like a friend with his teammates before he treats them, as like underneath him. Although, they technically are underneath him. He's just not how he operates, which is why I have so much respect for Hex. I think he's an amazing dude. So, I don't know. I think it could be Optic, but I'll tell you what. I think Optic Gaming might stay the same. I heard rumors. There's a lot of rumors going around. And, Formal turned down EG. And he's staying on Envy, which is badass for him. But I heard a lot of rumors with a lot of different teams that could potentially have happened. But, contracts actually really messed things up. And, Hashler even tweeted out, he was like, "This is a way better, way more formal way to actually handle team changes and everything in Call of Duty," and he loved it. So good for him. It's good. So I think maybe Ricky might get the boot, and we might see Karma go to Optic Nation, but I just don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. And if that did happen, that'd be a pretty freaking sick team, which is what I'm hoping for, right? That's what I'm hoping for. Now, the last piece of the puzzle that we're going to cover today. A lot of people are going to ask, and they're going to be full of it in comments. They're going to be like, "Oh, what happened yesterday with Eggs?" And I'm going to say, I don't care. I don't. Aches right now is in a weird spot, and I don't really give a shit about him. And that's that. I mean, I think the kid's, he means well, right? Like, I just think he's just mentally fucking unstable. And I think that's it. I've never seen him lash out like this. I took absolutely nothing he said to me personally. I know he deleted his tweets or whatever, and I know he's going to read this and see this and be like, oh, you're a fucking faggot, right? And like, I just don't care. It's Aches, man. Like, Aches is the kind of guy who you invite to a party, and if he shows up, cool, but if not, you're not like fucking worried about it. So that's how I think about it. Other than that, friends, family, people of all ages, I'm doing a Savage Talk tomorrow. It's going to be from a phone, all right? I am in the process. Right now I'm at home, and I have no PC. And then tomorrow I'm in Baltimore, and Sunday I'm in Baltimore. Monday I'm traveling back to St. Louis, packing up my shit, getting in my truck, driving all... Look at that angle. Look at that panorama all the way to Georgia. So Monday I'm going to be slam booked. Tuesday we should be starting to kick things off. I mean, I'm going to be playing a lot of Smite. If anyone wants to play with me, you know where to find me. Other than that, as always, I love you. But I don't love you. Take it easy.